ठीक है उसके दूसरे दिन ना छुट्टी लिया पूरा that day afterwards was so much aggravated so I told you cancel last week test was the no Sunday no which lesson
first one of independence first and union and mind.
This was planned last month, no? Last month, no. This month, some first week, no? This test was planned. Long back they told. So then afterwards I asked some that number which was saved in that one. So they had to make it ready. Okay. Today we are going to learn about the second World War. So we have learned about the First World War and the rise of dictatorship. Remember? Dictatorship के बारे में? Yes, ma'am. Who were the dictators?
Hitler.
And Hitler were he was कहाँ था Hitler का? Germany. Okay. Then Italy में कौन था? Mussolini. Okay. Then why this dictatorship rose?
Because socialism and communism nobody liked.
Okay, that was one of the reason. Very good. Then we have seen Treaty of Versailles. Treaty of Versailles, so the sets of many things. Okay. So here also we are going to see like that only. So with that, the beginning of the Second World War started. Okay. First World War we have seen it was not happened previously or it was not having any precedent. Have you heard about this word precedent? This word precedent. Precedent means pre-incident. Before that, such kind of incident having happened. So, uh, then suddenly the First World War happened and so many destruction, damages happen, huge loss of life and property happen, so many things happen after the First World War. Now, in order to avoid that war, they have formed the League of Nations. Okay. But before that, they have prepared a Treaty of Versailles. So, from that itself, the preparation of the Second World War started. So, here when we start about the Second World War, the destruction caused have no the First World War have no precedent we have studied, but the destruction caused in the Second World War was worse than the First World War, because we know that the first time in history the atom bombs were used. And it was taken place in a wider scale. And this war have waged for 6 years. Earlier, 4 years, that also it was not that much wider scale. But this war had taken place for 6 years. So, the effect you can imagine. And the war, Second World War had taken place on air, in water and on land. All the spheres this war had spread. So that is why Second World War was so destructive in the history of the world. Let's see what were the peculiar features of this Second World War. Directly, let us go to the causes of the Second World War. Can you see? It's very light, you know. Causes of the Second World War. See, we have seen when the First World War entered, that time itself, the preparation for the Second World War. See, sometimes when you are writing the exam, I am talking about school exam, not about the test. You will feel that, okay, my paper did not go well. That time itself, you started thinking about how much mark I will get. Means you start worrying about your paper did not go well. The same way here also, that after the First World War, people were so much worried or unhappy about the First World War's decisions. So, let's see the first cause, dissatisfaction dissatisfaction with the Treaty of Versailles. What was the dissatisfaction? Do you remember some of the terms and conditions of the Treaty of Versailles?
Germany was told that she was accused of being guilty and her colonies were taken away. She had to pay a fine of $33 billion. Her military force was reduced from 8 lakh to 1 lakh soldiers. And she had to give, what do you say?
Hi, very early. Good morning.
She was forced to sign on the agreement.
So we have seen almost all the terms. Very good. So almost all the conditions which was made or which was forced on Germany. So we can say that the Treaty of Versailles sowed the seeds of Second World War. It was a forced treaty. An imposed treaty means you don't like to accept, but you are forced to accept. So that is the reason for dissatisfaction. So nowadays, you don't want to come so much early because at least in the vacation you thought about okay, little more we can sleep because up to that some of the schools that up to 15th classes were there, no? Who were having yes 15th. Okay, so there was no rest for you. So thought that okay, little more time to sleep. This is forced upon you. Parents will be pushing you out. Go, class. So this is what you are not interested. Your mind is like that on the bed only. It is not sleep, but you are forced. Okay, that will help you because we got a very good result last year. ICSE result was very good. Come to know about that. Our result of 99.4 percentage. So,
Push out the
two are there. Okay, other percentage also good. So you will also next year. Your names also will be coming. So that is why little suffering will be good for a better future. We have to make some sacrifice for a good thing. Okay, so let's come. So here the treaty was imposed upon Germany. All the terms we are not going to that what all are the terms. Terms already you have studied. So next one is that you see. So already there. This is all. Okay. Because it is coming. I don't know. Okay. Go fast and get it if you want. Another thing is that the treaty demanded annexation of German territories and creation of many states. That was another condition. This saw the sense of bitterness and conflict. So it created a spirit of revenge. We have to take revenge upon those countries which forced all these conditions upon us. That spirit of revenge, that was the attitude of the Germans. We have seen Hitler. Hitler created that condition. Hitler made that people to understand that we have to take revenge upon what have been done to us. So that spirit of revenge. See, along with the terms and conditions, this part is clear to you. So that is hidden in the minds of the people from the treaty itself. Next important this thing, the burden of huge war indemnity that she could not pay. Okay, I'm not going into the condition terms you have already studied. So why this one is that? Burden means how much was that? $33 billion. So this $33 billion she was unable to pay. Her coal mines were taken away, iron ore mines were taken away, all the territories were taken away, and it is handed over to different countries. So from where she will pay? So that was that burden of huge indemnity which she could never pay. And another thing is that see, every country's prestige is in the military strength. Now her military strength was reduced to 1 lakh. We have seen that her naval power also reduced. She was not allowed to use that. We have studied that in 1912, the biggest warship was made. What was that name? Imperator. Okay, Imperator. So all these things that are taken away from her, U-boats or submarines were taken away. So now these all things that how without a good military, without a good navy, how can we take our revenge? The war preparation started from there. So that is why the burden of indemnity she could never pay, and secondly that the military strength was reduced. So without that, how? So that was the beginning of preparation. So 1 lakh say, within no time she started increasing that military strength. Next is that humiliation gave rise to revenge, I have told you. Then another thing is that they wanted to do an aggressive policy. So peaceful method will not work. And aggressive policy as well as aggression. Both the things. What is that aggressive policy? The policy of revenge and attack. And another thing is that Germany started thinking about conquering the places. So all her territories to be taken back, at the same time attack other countries. So that so in this dissatisfaction, all these things taken shape. Got the first point? Now the second point.
Can you explain the last one, the aggression?
See, we know that attacking and conquering. That is what aggressive power, aggressive attitude. Means next year itself they started that preparation for war
because they wanted to take
revenge on the victorious powers, and at the same time neighboring countries also to be attacked and brought under their control. That is what aggression. All of you got it? Second point is rise of dictatorship. We have learned a lesson on that. What paved the way for the rise of dictatorship? Can you tell one of the reason? Try. No problem.
Another reason was fascism.
No, fascism is one of the dictatorship. Okay, reason for the rise of dictatorship.
Incapability of the government to.
Yes. The incapable governments or that. That is also, that is extreme nationalism. Yes. Then another thing, they wanted to revive the lost glory. Understood? These dictators began to create a pride about the lost prestige. So that pride to be brought back. So only dictators could bring it back. That is what one of the reasons. So let us see one by one how that extreme nationalism and then you have already told what was that dictatorship next reason.
Incapability of the government in order to.
Incapability of that. Then we have seen
to bring back its laws.
To okay, then see here dictator that the failure of the League of Nations is the reason for Second World War, but dictatorship ka reason.
Treaty of Versailles also recently present.
Treaty of Versailles, first course we have studied. So everything you just pride of the nation, then we have to find that prestigious power. That means Germany wanted to develop itself as a prestigious for international power. So Hitler told the people that I can bring or I can make our country into a powerful international nation. So to yes, your point also we can include League of Nations failed to take action. League of Nations, whenever that other what is that powerful countries, that is First World War के बाद the treaty जो बनाया, they were not that a part of that League of Nations. USA did not become the part of the League of Nations, and other countries ignored what's happening. They did not take care of what the developments in Europe. So the casual attitude also created. See, if you are beaten by somebody, okay. So what you will do? So it happened in the school. You go and complain to the teacher. What you will feel? सबके सामने तो ये मेरे को मार खाना पड़ा, तो टीचर ने उसका फेवर में है ना, इसलिए मेरे को बोला चुपचाप जाके. So what is that feeling coming in you? The receiver will be angry. That at the same time he will wait for a chance to. Okay. टीचर तो देखा नहीं, तो टीचर के बारे में भी बोलेगा, ये टीचर तो उसके फेवर में है. So this is what the attitude that is of the countries like Italy and Germany. Why? Because the main powers in the League of Nations did not care about these countries. So that is why they wanted to form into powerful nations. Then only they can withstand. So the place is only for that European countries who dictate the orders. They were just dictating only. So that domination of the European countries to be stopped. That is why dictatorship emerged. Now we can see that both the dictators started. Here you can write they flouted the rules. What is flouted? They disobey that rules which are made by that League of Nations, and they started preparing for the war. Got it? The first, what was the first? Dissatisfaction about the Treaty of Versailles. Second, the rise of dictatorship. Both the points clear to you? Any point need to be explained? Now let's see what is the third point. This point you have to understand, because the other 2 points very easy for you to understand because you have learned that lessons. But this word you are hearing for the first time. What is appeasement? So appeasement ka meaning I am writing here. what the meaning of appeasement. If you want, you can just note down, then I will explain. See here, appeasement is a policy. See, I'll tell you some examples. With that example, we will go. Germany started conquering some countries. In 19, that is, he emerged powerful in 1933, and afterwards, it is Germany started a policy of conquest. We have seen that aggression. So that one, the first one is Austria, then Sudetenland, Czechoslovakia, Poland. One by one, it started conquering. Understood? Which all of the countries I mentioned? Austria, Sudetenland, Czechoslovakia, Poland. When it started conquest, the other countries like Britain and France kept quiet. So here, what is the loss? Here, Austria lost its freedom. Austria was conquered and occupied. Sudetenland was conquered and occupied. Czechoslovakia was conquered and occupied. Poland. So these countries were lost at the cost of another country. Understood? Let the countries be conquered by one powerful country. So let Germany or Italy conquer and occupy the countries. So this policy, the policy of conciliating, जाने दो attitude. For that is towards whom? That is powerful country and at the cost of another country. Is this going clear? Then again I am coming to that example. We got the building. Okay. So no, I'm just giving example only. I don't know. Bakra no. So what happened? He got beating. He went and complained. Teacher did not take action. Then दूसरा दिन इनको मिला. ये भी जाके complain किया. तो ये भी complain दिया. जाने दो. तो उसका भी क्या है मॉनिटर है स्कूल का प्रिफेक्ट कुछ है क्या? नहीं. Okay. Then afterwards came to another person. 2-3, that is got beating that very nicely that pasting ho gaya. Okay. So then also no action was taken. Then imagine teacher का बेटा है टीचर का बेटा हो गया तो फिर टीचर को बहुत strongly interfere किया. Understood? Till 3 of them got nice pasting, no interference, no action was there. And next, when that teacher got affected, then what happened? Nice interference. This is what the policy of appeasement. At the cost of these 3, then kept quiet, but next the action was taken. When it came to near to that, means Second World War when we are studying, we can understand जो सब कॉन्कर करके फ्रांस की तरफ पेरिस तक अटैक कर दिया तब जंप किया. That is what I told that example. When that it come to that the person whom which is very closer to, then action was taken. So this is called the appeasement. Clear?
Also, it meant that Britain and France kept quiet until Germany took all the countries and became a powerful nation. And then when it came to them, and at that time it
They
started.
interfered. Okay. What is that? Appeasing the hostile demands. So this is what the definition of that. Then listen. अभी आपकी तरफ आएगा. अभी next example is coming to you. जापान का ही aggression आएगा ना तब आपके example. Then what is that? Accepting hostile demands of
And aggression.
aggressive nation
Gain peace.
to
Gain peace.
Okay, what is that? वो चुपचाप क्यों रहता है? तो वो रीजन ने सोचा ज्यादा बढ़ने का नहीं, वो शांत होएगा करके. That is what kept quiet. Here also, Germany let it be aggressive. चुपचाप रहेगा तो शांत होएगा, थोड़ा 2-3 डैट कॉन्कर करके चुपचाप होएगा. शांत बैठा क्योंकि why it kept quiet? There was one reason. They thought that Russia at that time developed into a socialist or communist country. So this socialism and communism can be prevented by this Germany's conquest towards Britain and France thought that okay, उसका टारगेट तो उसी साइड में है, हमारे तरफ नहीं आएगा, तो जाने दो, उसको उधर जाके रशिया को अटैक करो, तब तक हम शांत बैठेंगे. This was their attitude. उसका जो एटीट्यूड ये ऑस्ट्रिया के अगेंस्ट नहीं था, सुडेटनलैंड का अगेंस्ट नहीं था, चेकोस्लोवाकिया के अगेंस्ट भी नहीं था. उसका एटीट्यूड था वो रशिया को इधर आने से प्रिवेंट करने का. वो जर्मनी करेगा सो इसके चुपचाप बैठे. अभी रीजन समझ में आ गया? So that is what of an aggressive nation to gain. Now, I have given you that examples and conditions. They wanted to check the rising tide of communism and Russian Bolshevism. Britain and France feared that Germany would divert towards Russian Bolshevism. Okay. Now, they therefore allowed Germany to rearm and remilitarize the Rhineland and capture Austria and Czechoslovakia. We 1 लाख से ऊपर नहीं करने का आर्मी स्ट्रेंथ वो बढ़ना शुरू किया, बढ़ाना शुरू किया, चुपचाप देख के बैठा, एक्शन नहीं लिया, जाने दो, क्योंकि ये आर्मी स्ट्रेंथ उसको चाहिए वो रशिया को रोकने के लिए. That was their attitude. Clear this point? Next, so without the Western countries' policy of appeasement, fascism or Nazism could not have survived so long and would not have been able to unleash Second World War. अभी अगर ये appeasement policy नहीं था, तो ये इतना नहीं बढ़ता था और Second World War शुरू नहीं हो जाते थे. Okay? Got this point clear? Yes. Appeasement you want to read? We just read this point. The next point we will go after it. Read. Completed? Hello, Soji. Today also not brought any book. Huh? Oh, I will ask. Book नहीं दिया है क्या?
ना मेरे टाइम टेबल में इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज और 4 पीरियड्स थी.
How it is? How it was in your language, your timetable different? No. That today English is not there, no?
History and Marathi. Only history. Yeah, only history.
How come you are telling like that?
It is actually.
History का timetable नहीं करेगा. Okay. See, be attentive. You are not bringing the textbook. That is why you are feeling. You just use the partner's book. Okay. Now listen. Appeasement is clear to you? Yes. So which all are the points we have discussed? Yes, one by one. The first course, what was the first course? That was the course just now we have mentioned. First course. Second word was the first course. Dissatisfaction about the treaty of Versailles or with the treaty of Versailles. Second. Rise of dictatorship, Nazism and fascism. Now, third one, policy of appeasement. All the 3 points clear, no? Yes. Now we are moving to that fourth course, Japanese invasion of Japan. Sorry, China. So, Japanese invasion of Japan. Okay, very good. So, you just, how many of you love to see Tom and Jerry? Watch that, see? Very good, very good. Huh? I love it because nowadays it is there or not, I don't know. It's why? Yes. See, you just imagine that Jerry as a small rat. What is that? Japan here. And the other countries, that Japan defeated Russia in 1904. Russo-Japanese War, that time very powerful. Russia was defeated by that small Tuha. Okay, small Japan. So this was the power of Japan. So Japan is very aggressive. Japan wanted to show her power in all the fields. And it is not attacking small countries. It is attacking big countries only. So what happened in that period? It attacked Manchuria, conquered it. You can remember easily. Manchurian you are liking, no? So that Manchuria was conquered, and she wanted to conquer that whole Far East under her. And then in 1931, she conquered China. Now, China requested the help of League of Nations. League of Nations led by Britain and France followed the policy of appeasement. It was a confident boosting for Japan to make a further aggression. Now, Japan withdrew from the League of Nations and joined with Italy and Germany and formed Rome, Berlin, Tokyo axis. What is that?
Rome, Berlin,
Tokyo axis. Italy, Germany, and Japan. This was the formation of Axis powers. Second World War में two groups था. One is Allied power and second Axis power. So the Axis power is formed over here.
people versus Mongolia.
But you just think about if that Britain and France would have taken a different stand, the Second World War would not have taken place.
Yes.
Their attitude was responsible for all this. There was some reason. One reason was that was a hidden reason. They began to feel that this treaty which was made after the First World War was harsh. So they wanted to have a lenient policy towards Germany. That hidden attitude only permitted Germany to continue. Understood or not? See, उसको ऐसा फील होने लगा हमने तो गलत किया तो इतना ज्यादा हार्श ट्रीटी नहीं बनाने का था. So that was the hidden feeling of Britain and France. Especially Britain. France का तो इतना नहीं था. So Britain started feeling that they have done or they have treated badly with Germany. So that is why, okay, let them continue to make weapons or let them remilitarize and all. That was the attitude. Got it clear? So that was not revealed outside, but hidden attitude was that. Got it? Now, the Axis powers were formed that way. Japan continued to conquer that area, that is Far East. Far Eastern countries you are knowing? Which are the Far Eastern countries? No. China is Asian country only. You have heard about that all countries are powerful countries. Here, Far Eastern countries are that Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, that countries are called Cambodia. So these countries are the Far East Asian countries. So Japan thought that okay, let Germany continue in Europe. कोई इधर देखने को नहीं आएगा तो हम लोग और हम फार ईस्ट ऑक्यूपाई करके बड़ा पावर बनाएगा. You know that Japan came up to India also that time, Second World War time. So it was a confidence boosting for Japan by that conquering Manchuria, then Far East Asian countries, and then attacking China. So that was the fourth reason. Got it? Clear? Now let us move to the next important course. So what was the Axis or which were the countries involved in the Axis powers?
Italy, Germany, and Japan.
Italy, Germany, and Japan. That is why Rome, Berlin, Tokyo, Axis. Now, next course, what is the number? Fifth, no?
Yes, ma'am.
This, that time onwards, we were learning. What was that? League of Nations was an utter failure. That is why preparation for the Second World War started. Can you tell some of the reasons or some of the points which caused the failure of League of Nations? Yes, USA, which was the main country which drafted that League of Nations covenant, did not join. Okay, so one of the reason USA. Sorry. Now, what was the next point?
Insufficient.
Huh?
Insufficient.
Insufficient?
I mean, only 3 countries were had joined the League of Nations. While
See, according to that formation time, many countries were there, but the decisions were taken by Britain, France, and without the USA, they were unable to take the decision. Okay, because by this time USA was having enough that resources economically, it was very powerful. So they need economic this thing, support. You know that continuously from 1914 to 1918 they were in war. I'll give you some other that is conditions. See, 1914 to 1918 they were engaged in First World War. That time huge loans were taken from America. So they were not engaged in any of the production activity, agriculture or that other industrial activity, nothing they were engaged in. So collecting huge loans. Now these countries have to repay the loans. How to repay? Then they try to impose taxes on the colonies like India and all. India at that time started the different nationalist movements and not ready to allow them to collect that new taxes. So Britain had to start that economic production, industrial activities, agricultural production and all. So one side it had to pay that whatever that loans they have taken. Secondly, the economy have to be boosted up. And third thing is to control the colonies. So that three things it was very difficult for that Britain to do. Same is the case of France. So who is having that fund to do all the League of Nations activity? The fund giving power was with the USA, but the USA was not there. So that way, it did not form into a formal organization which have economic strength and political power. That is why it failed. Now, Germany was inducted into that. But Germany was interested to be the part of it? No, because the treaty was forced upon them. So why they have to be the part of that one? So that is why Germany was not interested. Then 1933, Japan came out. Then Russia. Russia was also not interested in that. They say not given that membership. So like that, there was no proper organization. This was an organization only in name. It failed to achieve its goal. When Germany made preparation for war, it kept quiet. When it started attacking other countries, it kept quiet. So that is why League of Nations was a failure. Hmm? You just read that this point of failure of League of Nations. Why? 10 points are there. Fourth point, you understood or not? See, whenever a small country was involved in that aggression, immediately they come with a stick to control. Whenever it was a big power, no action is there. That means it was having partiality. Did you get it? If, for example, a small country is attacking another country, means another small country or big country, the small country attack किया तो उसके ऊपर action लेगा. But whenever that big power is doing that same thing, it is not a mistake. So this also created unhappiness among the member countries. Got it? Next one is that Poland attacked Lithuania. Lithuania. Lithuania means that is it was a part of former Soviet Union. Okay, part of former Soviet Union, Estonia, Lithuania, etc. So this country, Lithuania, when it was conquered by Poland, no action. They thought that okay, Poland will go and attack Russia. So that is the attitude, or that was the attitude at that time. So it created a division among the countries. Okay. Continue. Ready. That is any point need explanation? Ah. See, what is that? Economic sanction is the economic action taken. I mean, you are a country, you need economic help, but no country is allowed to give economic help. So that kind of strict restriction or preventing the countries from giving economic help to you, that is called a sanction, economic sanction. These economic sanctions were of no use against the determined aggressor. I mean, if I am determined to attack, conquer, that was Germany. So Germany का against economic sanction लिया तो Germany, if I am the Germany, I am determined to conquer. तो मेरे तरफ action लिया तो भी मेरे को कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. Understood? Already they have imposed all these things and I am breaking all those. So because of that, if more sanction come also, I don't mind it. So aggressor के ऊपर ऐसा sanctions में फर्क.
So if the big countries are conquering the small countries like some like Ukraine and even Japan, right? Now it's has become a power, but before it was not. So if it was conquering and if it was imposed on Germany or Italy or France, it would take them into consideration and they
because they have a casual attitude towards this contest.
And they are not being affected by it. They have just imposed it for now.
Just namesake they are showing, but that aggressor power is not affected by this. Eighth point. What is the number point? You just coercive machinery. Okay. The coercive machinery of League was not adequately perform the task given to it. The economic sanctions are of no use against the leader. That is already given. Coercive machinery. See. Listen. What was the aim of the League of Nations? To avert war. So one is that the main thing is that war should not be taken, started. Okay, to make peace. These two things were the main aim of that League of Nations. But do the League of Nations have any army to send and solve the problems? So that is what that machinery itself a failure. Now also UNO is not having any army, but UNO effectively using the other country's army for settling the dispute. So here, for averting war or to make a peace, that the institution which was formed was a failure. It failed to solve or failed to do. अभी देखो ये जर्मनी अटैक कर रहे हैं, तो जर्मनी को स्टॉप करने के लिए कोई तो आर्मी चाहिए है ना, लीग ऑफ नेशंस की आर्मी चाहिए. तो अगर फ्रेंच आर्मी को उधर भेजेगा तो इट वाज ए वॉर बिटवीन फ्रांस एंड जर्मनी. ये उसका आर्मी, लीग ऑफ नेशंस का आर्मी तो नहीं है. और कहाँ बुलाएगा सेटल्ड ये मीटिंग के लिए? अगर अवॉइड करने के लिए कि मीटिंग करने का, पीस मीटिंग करने का कौन बुलाएगा? That is why the machinery itself was a failure. Yes? Got it? Understood all the points? How League of Nations was a failure? Hmm? Any doubt means let's clear and go further. Now let's move further with the next. Hitler's invasion of Poland. So this is considered as the immediate cause. What is that?
That point it was
Which point?
He's asking, ma'am, what was the name of the second one that was dropped on
Second.
atom and bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima and
So what was the first one?
Batman.
and
Little
boy.
Little boy.
Little
Little boy.
boy and Batman.
Fatsman, fat man. Fat.
Little boy, Batman.
Okay. What is it? Hitler's invasion. Spelling is wrong, eh? Invention, no?
Little boy. Little boy. Hiroshima.
See here, फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर का इमीडिएट कॉज क्या था? फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर इमीडिएट कॉज ये सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर का, फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर का
The assassination of
Assassination.
yes, assassination, Sarajevo murder case
By the Black.
Okay, the same way second world war का भी एक immediate cause था. What was that? Poland. See, actually, Treaty of Versailles divided Germany into two parts. Was divided into in between there was a province called Danzig. Danzig नहीं है, Danzig province.
Now there's Z-I-N-G.
Danzig. But in the other books only that N was not there. But in earlier that history, these things, many that ICSE books, no, so many spellings are. Okay, whatever is the name of that place, Danzig province only. Okay, let it be. ICSE books, no.
It was given away to Poland.
Huh?
It was given away to Poland.
But this province was in between. And this province has some peculiarity. Because it was, what is that, some places we are calling it is strategically important places. So Danzig province was strategically important and this province was given to Poland. You see that it was the province of Germany and this was given under the control of Poland. And a large number of German population were living. And you have already studied Hitler started that dissemination of that population, Jews, and his aim was to expand German area. So, in the pretext of expanding the territory, he marched to Poland. So, the reason, first it was divided and Danzig province was given to Poland, and in that region there was considerable number of German population, and Hitler was in the expansion spree. That means Germany should expand. That is, there was a kind of attitude, that is that aggressive nationalism, and the people should live, should have a living space, Leipzig, that is living space. So for getting the living space, he attacked Poland. Now there was a kind of intervention came. Till that time, nobody intervened. They followed the policy of that appeasement. But before that, this Germany made an agreement with Russia. That is non-aggression pact. Non-aggression pact between Germany and Russia. तो हम पोलैंड जाएगा, अटैक करेगा, तुम हमारे खिलाफ नहीं आने का, उसको भी सपोर्ट नहीं देने का, because we are friends. See, this non-aggression pact was made because Germany knew nicely that it was very difficult for British and French to come to help Poland. Only Russia can come. This was the bordering region. So only Russia can come to help Poland. So beforehand, Hitler planned very well and made a non-aggression pact with Russia. Now, afterwards, on September 1st, 1939, this Germany marched to Poland. This was the beginning, okay? The Second World War is already started there. March to Poland, and another thing, France and Britain. Gave ultimatum. What is the meaning of ultimatum?
Ultimatum means giving a
final warning.
Warning.
It is not a deal actually. It is a warning. You must stop this thing or we will interfere. So, 1st September 1939, Germany invaded Poland. Britain and France gave that ultimatum. But Germany was never having a never mind attitude. जाने दो, तुम कुछ भी कर दो, हमारा काम हम करेगा. September 3rd, that 1939, what is that? Germany declared war on France. Okay, which one? September 3rd. Now, afterwards, Germany completed the work, either warning, ultimatum, कुछ भी होने दो. Germany completed the conquest within 3 weeks and then marched back and entered into France. Conquered up to that capital city. Paris का 20 kilometers away तक आके conquer किया. तब तक ये सब चुपचाप हो गया. डिक्लेयर वार हो, अल्टीमेटम किया, वार डिक्लेयर किया. But Germany was from one side go on that war spree. That means conquest it was doing. So, in spite of the declaration of war, there was no actual war till, that means the war started in September 1, 1939 to April 1940. This period was called phony war. Phone, hello, I'm declaring war on you. That much. But actually, Germany was continuing her conquest. Whichever places she could, she conquered. So this period is known as phony war.
But she didn't go into Poland.
No, she conquered Poland within 3 weeks. वो तो ईस्ट साइड में है और कॉन्कर करके उसके पहले ऑस्ट्रिया नो से ये 1936 में ऑस्ट्रिया कॉन्कर किया, 37 में सुडेटलैंड, देन 38 में चेकोस्लोवाकिया, उसके बाद पोलैंड, 39 में पोलैंड कॉन्कर किया. वो ईस्ट में है. इतना कॉन्कर करके वापस इधर आके वेस्ट में फ्रांस conquer किया. So that the period, that much time, she completed a major part of European conquest. Okay, that is why it was called a phony war. Afterwards, there was a lightning war. Means 1940 April से लेके actual war, that is like lightning, the war was there. That is why it is called a battle of blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg means lightning. So, but anyhow, that much time there was no actual war in Europe. Only one-sided. Germany conquered as many territories it wanted. That is why it was a one-sided war. You just read Hitler's invasion of Poland and the immediate cause.
Mainly by the Germans.
Yes, I told you. No?
Yes, by occupying Danzig. So first the Danzig was conquered and then Poland was conquered.
Actually, Danzig was given to Poland, no? So that corridor had to be occupied. So that she occupied that corridor and then it tried to conquer Poland. Because it was in between. I have told you, Germany was divided. And there was a path. That is why it is called a corridor. So that one have to be taken back. Then only through that it can enter into.
So it was the only way for them to first conquer Danzig and then.
अभी देखो ये बिल्डिंग और वो बिल्डिंग के बीच रोड है. ये रोड ऑक्यूपाई करके ही उस साइड जा सकते हैं ना.
Yes.
Completed? Clear or not?
Yes.
Now we are going to see that the war is turning into a big scenario. That means a world war scenario, because till that time it was a one-sided war. Now how it turned out to be a world war? We call it Second World War. So till that any world war happened?
First World War.
No, First World War. This scenario I am talking about, Second World War. That is Our point is also correct. My question was also like that. Before that, any. So I'm wrong. So what was that? Since during we were learning about the Second World War, so courses we have studied, and the immediate course also we studied. There we have learned one part. In spite of the declaration of war, there was no actual war between these countries from 1939 September to 1940 April. So that I'm telling that it was not a world war. It was a one-sided war. Isn't it? Germany was conquering the places she wanted. So it did not turn out to be a world war. Now the scenario is going to change. That Pearl Harbor, that is, have you heard about Hawaii? Hawaii Islands?
Yes.
So this Hawaii Islands, there was a place called Hawaii. That one. So that place you have to remember. That is why. Pearl Harbor was known for the naval station of USA. See, for war, when it was spreading, there required certain naval stations or army stations. From there, it can be sent fast. Have you heard about the Gulf War? In Gulf countries between Iraq and Kuwait, there was war. So then afterwards also some kind of Gulf wars, Iran and Iraq war was there. So that time when this forces have to be sent, the NATO countries, the European country and America, they formed a NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. They asked India's permission to keep that is Indian Ocean as a base for sending forces to these countries. I'm talking about the scenario of 1990s. I'm not talking about the Second World War. So Indian Ocean to be kept as a base from where the ships and army this thing can be sent. India told him no, we cannot allow our zone to be a naval station. Why India told? You also can understand that a large number of Indians are working in all the Gulf countries. More than the people who are there in India, they are working in different countries abroad. So what is that? If India permit this area for warships and all, that will be very bad for Indian people. India will be considered as enemy. So there is a threat of the life of Indian people. So Indian government told no, we will not allow. America and all that want India. That is, if you are not giving this Indian Ocean to allow us to send our that warships or using that our that is air attack to that region, so that the repercussion will be very bad. And India told that is we are ready to face any repercussion, but we will not allow. That was a strong stand of India. That is why India could bring back till the last personnel from the Gulf countries when the war was done. Understood? Every time India is getting that kind of freedom to relieve or to bring back our personnel from the war zones because of our this attitude. Got the point? So means we should not allow, our country should not allow that foreign European powers to keep our naval. So here naval base we will come from.
तू लिया है मराठी?
हाँ रुकना पड़ेगा नहीं जा पड़ेगा
दिया नहीं है
क्या
मेरे पूरे टाइम टेबल में मराठी दिया गया ऊपर से साइनिंग
तूने लिया ही नहीं लिया अबे
मराठी
का बाद में मिलता है हम लोग को सीधे मराठी के लेक्चर में मिलेगा
क्या छोड़ दो
मैं मेरे अटेंडेंस शीट पे इसका नाम लिखा रहेगा तो लिया जाएगा अबे अटेंडेंस शीट में दो लेक्चर अटेंड कर सकते हैं मराठी का हो किया है अबे तो
लिया है ना तुमने बता
उसमें नाम था इसका अटेंडेंस का
अभी मराठी के लेक्चर में अलग अटेंडेंस शीट ले
बट उसमें नाम था क्या
तो लिया है तूने तेरे को बैठना पड़ेगा ए वो मैं आके बोल रहा हूं
अरे मुझे घर पे कोई नहीं बताना पड़ेगा
घर पर कोई नहीं चलेगा क्यों जाएगा कोई नहीं तो
चोरी वोरी होगी तो
क्या घर में बंद घर में कौन चोरी कर
बोलना नाम बात
सरकारी सेक्टर में
आज कोई और जो
तू प्रेसिडेंट
चलो चलो
सो
अभी मैं बस मीडिया पर दोनों से बनेगा दोनों से मैं खाया दोनों लिए अल्लाह
क्या खाऊं प्लीज प्लीज नहीं है अगर बात उस मील्स
ये ज्यादा या
आज सुबह
मेरे लिए लेके आता ना एक आपको मेरे हैं 10 हां तो किधर से भी से तो मेरे 10 है तो 10 का लाभ है
भाई
10 का लाभ है
मील्स नहीं
अगर 50 रुपए लेके जाना था तो एक दिन में लाना अरे 2 दिन लाया हुआ है
तू पे बाय बाय चल काय रे हाँ
क्या
खाना वेस्ट बहुत तरीका खाना ही होता
खाना बहुत तरीके बोल रहा है
अरे खा रहा हूँ ना दे दे एक दे मिश्रा नॉन वेज है वो डेली वेज है
आके नॉट वेज वेज है छुट्टियां मनाने के
छुट्टियां लोग
वेज वेज
और नंबर्स करने वाला है तो फेंक देता हूँ अब मैं छू गया आगे से खा ले मेरे ये आज का मैच अगर नहीं जीती मुंबई
विशेष को मारेंगे
टूटे कुछ हुआ नहीं मेरे को मारेगा
अरे लखनऊ का सूर्य का मामा है
अपना बदलना तो बहुत टाइम में दिया
वो वीडियो आ रहा है
वो सोना तो मुझे आने लगेगा
अरे लास्ट में कैमरा आगे यूज करके लास्ट में
चल चले
अरे वही उसने स्पेस मिला पहले हाँ वही कैसे बात नहीं करा
नहीं नहीं लगा अब कल लास्ट में पूरा तो हो गया तो
कल के लिए था
चल मेरा फोन वापस कर रहा है
एक्चुअली मेरा फोन तो भी मार्केट में होगा
करना मेरा फोन में क्यों ये कर
मुझे हाल देख के लगता है जैसे
फोन पे यहाँ जल्दी देखो
वो एक पीरियड भी नहीं दिख रहा
इनसे बचने वाले
इसका स्क्रीनशॉट निकालना
ये समझ ये तुम्हारा
देखा
जो हमें रहे
मेरा 6 सेंस होता है
वो इंग्लिश सिखाना मेरे स्कूल में क्या हो उसमें
ये खुद का घर का
मेरा भी करे अच्छा स्मेल नहीं
ये प्रॉब्लम है प्रॉब्लम क्या है
I told you this is pasta and you're getting pasta. The chili ka dialogue. नहीं बता
हमें इसको तो मालूम नहीं है ये तो सॉफ्ट है
मैंने क्या लाइक नहीं दो का एक
मैं ऊपर तक जाता हूँ
ये फालतू की
इसमें को बोलना
कौन रहेगा गेट कर लो
मेरे में तो need to change 200 plus run
ऊपर है
मैं पर्सनली
बोलने पड़ेगा ये टू डू व्हाट और मुंबई अरे वो बोला था ये लगा था
बनेगा
चलने वाली
ये कैच देखा था उसका आर और आरसीबी का आरसीबी जब आर को 59 का ऑर्डर किया
आउट नहीं है इतना जमीन पे टच हो गया ये आउट है
मुझे भी ऐसा लगा कि बाउंस
उधर जाकर बैठ
है ना
थोड़ी तो साइड से सुनने को बोला है थोड़ी देर बैठ
अबे हम टाइम ऑफ ये करते हैं
ये देख
लास्ट टाइम
वो देखिए
बाउंस है क्लियर बाउंस
कल तो मुझे आज
सारी वीडियो में नहीं दे रहा है
कल तो मुझे आज 34
मोबाइल को सारे लोग
गंदी लड़की हाथ से ये बोलती है मुझे चीज भी आता है
कल भाई ये सुपर नहीं आया है
एक बार मैंने
सच
रिपोर्ट
मतलब
किया
उसमें आई नो आई फील
कितना वर्ष का भाई
170
हाय
ये बस ये
सारा तेंदुलकर
दीदी
सो गए
दीदी कैसे
हां
you should be very proud that you have friends in jail मेरे को बहुत नींद आती है और मुझे दिमाग खराब है
ये अलग है
मैंने हिंदी का होमवर्क किया
टू 9
इसके लिए मैं टेंशन में
अभी मैं अगर रास्ता में दी थी आज तो मैं जो भी जीते बस सेकंड पे
वो तो मुझे इसके में से कॉपी करना वो नहीं किया मुझे मांगे के सेंटेंस
मैं और बोलेगा भी
वो मैंने
वो इतना वो सारे तो 1 2
मैं 6 का 11 से बचा
तो वापस
मैं ये
अरे
वाला
वो लास्ट में
लास्ट क्लास को बोल लास्ट क्लास
अगर हाई में इसको मारे
कैप्टन इंडिया लो
कौन है वो कौन है देखना
उसका
देखो कला के में हाई आज हाई
Now, when I was looking at
I have you comment पर इसमें देख एक चीज को दो बार बोलो
टॉपिक आईपीएस आईपीएस निकलना चालू
50% जगह नहीं है ट्रॉफी वाला अवार्ड की तो भाई रात के घर पे जगह ही दिए तो
आज का नंबर डाइवर्ट पे बना अरे डेंट मार दिया मैंने गाड़ी पे अरे हमारा डेंट मार दिया गाड़ी में
अच्छा लिखा
मंदिरा पंजाबी नॉट
ये गाना हो ये
सारा बैलेंस वाले मार्क्स से ऊपर रखा है उसमें
बेसन का नहीं है नहीं
भाई सुपर चोरी कर रहा है
बड़ी गुड
500 रुपए रखा है
ये क्या है
आधा खा
आईफोन का तुम्हारा
तेरी तो केक आईफोन है
आईफोन का
एक्चुअली आईफोन इसमें
ये बात है ये विकेट बंद है ये विकेट इधर से भी बहुत अच्छे हैं
फिर भी अच्छा
मेरे पे कोई मिडल डाले ऐसा नहीं कि कोने में
रील की भी प्लान हो लो
अरे ये जाते हैं
ये देख
ऐसा है
ये जो तो
ये
वो
अरे
मत खा
ओ यार अपना हाई
नेक्स्ट टाइम जरूर फीडिंग
अरे क्या
अरे अभी क्यों बोल रहे हो इसको तो मैंने तो दिया ना यार इसको क्यों
हो गया आकांक्षा
चालू रख दे
आकांक्षा खोल क्या
अगर रखना
ए निकाल वो आलू लगा
टीचर
अरे लगा मेरे आप
बस नहीं खाना
गूगल इसका प्रोड्यूसर को ओवर देगा तो आखिरी ओवर में 5 विकेट 3 विकेट अगर 3 विकेट एक हैट्रिक फिर एक विकेट 4 विकेट 3 विकेट
तो बना है सोचा
विराट
नहीं
कोहली
मिल रहा है
सोचे रहो
बाहर नहीं
आईसीएसई
बनके एकदम
हां मन टीवी ले रहे 1 सेकंड नवीन कौन है अफगानी
अच्छे तो ठीक है ना
विराट कोहली को
चले
पकड़
जाती है
और नहीं जा सकते
अरे दे रहे ये मेरे कम फुट आ गया था गेल का
आज ट्यूसडे है ना
अरे वो वदेरा नहीं निकाला था
मैच
काट के क्या हो जाएगा
हाँ ट्यूसडे को मैच है
सबसे मैच विकेट था
हाँ मेरे
ठीक है
खोल के दिखाइए
ये वो तो तेरी
दोनों क्लास में मेंटेन
45 खोल के दिखाना
एक क्लास में हिस्ट्री और
चला
Spotify बोला है Spotify
मैंने तो
और उसको चाहिए तो सामने डाल